This woman is so beautiful. She puts her foot on the man. The man is captivated by her. Soon the two fall in love. Soon after the blessing of the people to enter the marriage hall. After the marriage, the two remained as sweet as ever. They have a lovely son. Husband William opened a resort hotel. Every year in certain seasons there are old guests. The beautiful and generous Anna is always a sight to behold. Even after the birth of a child there were still many male guests who were attracted to Anna. Watching Anna walk among the guests and laugh with them, William was uncomfortable. Even though he knew that Anna has always been in control of the situation, did not do anything out of line. But an emotion called jealousy still raged in his heart. He began to watch Anna's every move in secret. One day William returned from a shopping trip. The store was very busy but Anna was nowhere to be found. He asked the shopkeeper where the boss's wife was. The clerk also did not know anything. Just when William wanted to go upstairs, he found the small living room downstairs, curtains closed and occasionally flickering light. William's heart felt bad. He hurried over to pull open the door. He found Anna and a man staying together. This man is the town's famous rich young man. Even though the answer was in his mind, William still pretended to calmly ask Anna, "Why are you alone in the room with the rich boy and all the curtains closed?" The big-hearted Anna explained that the two were watching a slideshow. Apparently this explanation did not dissuade William from his suspicions. He urged Anna to help in the kitchen. He himself took a depressing walk to the lake. He kept muttering to himself. It was as if there were two little people dueling inside his body. One was madly suspicious that Anna had cuckolded him. The other was persuading himself to trust Anna. The two little people in William's mind kept tearing at each other. It was only in the evening that William calmed down and returned to the store. Anna greeted him with concern and asked how he was doing. She saw William smiling as usual. Anna did not think much about it. What she did not know was, at this time William's heart was very tormented. A few days later Anna was out of town shopping. Meet the photographer who stayed with the hotel. The two went home together. The photographer diligently helped Anna carry the bags. William, who saw all this, became jealous. Seeing Anna in the bathroom shower, she secretly looked through his wife's shopping bag. Inside she found an extravagant handbag. With their income, Anna could never have bought such an expensive bag. While he was speculating, Anna came out. The woman is too beautiful. Make the husband very insecure and suspicious all day. Even began to look through her purse, but Anna caught her red-handed. Seeing her husband jealous, Anna not only not angry but also a little happy, because in her eyes, William was jealous, and jealous because he cared too much about himself. She gently reassured William. Soon the two were back together, but William's heart already had the seeds of doubt. That day Anna dressed up, preparing to return to her mother's family to visit. Looking at the beautiful Anna, William suddenly felt nervous. He decided to follow Anna, to see if she lied to herself. Anna got out of the car and did not go back to her mother's house. William watched her walk into a store, showing off the expensive bag in her hand to the shopkeeper. Then she wandered down the street again. William followed her. The street was full of people. In a blink of an eye, Anna was gone. Just when William was about to give up, looked up and saw the rich kid driving a luxury car toward the corner of the street where Anna disappeared. William immediately followed but still lost. She had long suspected that there was something going on between Anna and the rich guy. Maybe the expensive bag from the hands of the rich boy. The two may have arranged to meet today. William arrived at his father-in-law's house in a state of distress, but I was told they were out. At that moment a familiar voice sounded behind him. Anna was sitting in the cafe drinking coffee. She explains to William that his parents are out of town. She explained to William that his parents were out of town and asked him why he was here. William was stammering, but couldn't make sense of it. At this point, Anna, who had always been a big-hearted person, also realized that her husband was following her. In order to calm him down, Anna decided to go home with her husband. But on the way back, William's mind kept coming back to the image of Anna and the rich boy dating. He could not hold back any longer. Ask Anna where that expensive bag came from. Anna, although not happy with her husband, always suspicious, but still explained to him the money for the handbag was won by herself betting on horses. Before fear of William angry, I did not say. She also said she had sent the money she had won to her girlfriend who owned a coffee shop. When William came to the coffee shop, but the door hung a closed sign, William had to walk away disappointed. He went to the beach near his home. Anna was found surfing behind a speedboat. The owner of the boat is the rich young man William is very afraid of. The picture of the two people talking and laughing deeply stung William's eyes. He hid in the distance to watch Anna and the rich boy out of the forest. Although the two did not overdo it, but William was still extremely overwhelmed. Looking at their distant figures, William fainted and fell to the ground in anger. It was not until nightfall that William returned from the outside in a state of distress, Anna looked at her wretched husband and asked impatiently what had happened. She also thoughtfully wiped his body. At that moment William told all the things he had seen. Anna helplessly said that she and the rich boy had nothing to do with each other. She looked at her husband, who was in a state of shock, although inwardly feel that he is very incomprehensible. But to reassure him she promised to keep her distance from other men. The two then reconciled. But not long after, William was informed that the rich boy called his wife specifically. Anna explained that he had only come to check out of the room. But in William's mind it became the rich guy called to flirt with Anna. He couldn't control himself and lost his temper with his wife. Anna felt that the man in front of her was very unreasonable. She complained aggressively about all that William had done these days. After seeing Anna really angry, William then realized that he had gone too far. He turned his head and kept apologizing to his wife, and the soft-hearted Anna forgave him once again. But the good times were not long. This day the photographer warmly invited everyone. Watch the film he shot in the town. Beautiful Anna is naturally the most photographed people. But William, standing in the dark, found it was all about the rich boy and Anna together. The woman standing by the window is always releasing her charm, but the husband thought she looked particularly harsh. He kept drinking wine to try to numb himself with alcohol, but the image of Anna and the rich boy together comes to his mind. The two of them were flirting on the phone. The two are dating under the cover of their girlfriends, even picnics in the countryside together. The mind is getting bigger and bigger. The laughter from the crowd watching the film was taken as a mockery of him. Suddenly he loses control of himself. He threw down his glass of wine and walked into the crowd screaming, angrily accusing the people of watching the film. Anna was terrified by her husband's outburst, went after him to check the situation. Instead, William slapped her across the face. His eyes were filled with hatred. Back in the room, William came to his senses. He kept apologizing to Anna and explaining his inner torment. Anna looked at her husband with pain and could not sleep all night. She promised that she would always be by her side. No more contact with anyone of the opposite sex. That's how she got William into bed. But the softness and concessions will only be rewarded by William's intensification. His desire to control became stronger and stronger. Every day he watched Anna's every move. He would lose his temper whenever he didn't see her. At this point Anna could not stand it anymore. For a few days she could not go anywhere under William's watchful eye. She admitted that she was having an affair with the rich boy. She told William to think what he wanted to think and left alone. At night a storm comes and William goes to the attic to close the window, but accidentally found his wife's bracelet on the floor. Instantly, he imagined a big drama. His wife is flirting with different men. He returned to his room with the bracelet and found Anna waiting for him. Unable to control himself, William starts a new round of questioning with Anna. Anna is already disillusioned with him. No matter how much she explains, William will not believe her. She says that she wants to get away from here now. Angry, William pinned her to the ground. Afterwards William feared that one day Anna would really leave, so he tricked her into taking a sleeping pill. Then, while she was unconscious, tied her hands to the bed to prevent her from leaving and cut off all contact with the outside world. Moved the table and blocked the door. Until all this he fell back in peace. But not long after William was like a different person. He untied the rope of that hand and took her to the bathroom to wash up, even kindly prepared towels for her. For a moment Anna thought that the thoughtful husband had come back. Watching William shave as usual, Anna was so happy that she shed tears. But suddenly those images came back to William's mind. He could not control the razor in his hand and slashed Anna's neck. Instantly the blood spilled all over the bathtub. Afterwards William wiped his face as if nothing had happened. It was as if he did not remember what he had just done. The wound on the eyebrow and the blood on the clothes are confused. He went out of the house and looked, found Anna tied to the bed with her bloodless face. The husband in the film, because his wife is too beautiful, it is constantly imagining the scene of his wife's affair and then step by step to drive themselves crazy. And this is actually a disease. Do not hesitate to encounter such people in real life. Hurry up and escape. Well, we will see you next time.